Hello everyone, get ready to witness some jaw-dropping moments as we dive into the wild and hilarious world of total idiots at work caught on camera. Let's go! The heavily damaged white car is being towed, and during the move, it collided with parked cars, causing them to be damaged. The mechanic is using a small metal bar to pry open the oil container, causing oil to spill all over the floor. One person stands below, supporting another as they check a high-up pipe, their actions filled with curiosity and caution. In the morning, a construction machine knocks over a tree, which falls and crushes a car parked in front. In the quiet afternoon, a man diligently plasters a wall, focusing on his work with meticulous patience. A worker carrying items can't see the obstacle in his path, causing him to trip and sprawl out on the ground. A large tanker truck suddenly explodes and collapses, creating a scene of chaos and fear among the crowd. Two men are being lifted when suddenly the cable snaps, leaving them panicked and struggling to keep their balance. In the morning at the construction site, an excavator is loading dirt onto a truck. However, the bucket presses down hard, frustrating the driver. A worker is carrying a bag of cement on his head when it suddenly rips, spilling cement all over him. In the morning at the construction site, the manager is meticulously giving detailed instructions on how to scoop dirt to the excavator operators. Steel beams are being pushed down into a trench, resembling snakes slithering into a hole. In The Morning at a Car Garage, a mechanic opens the oil cap when suddenly oil sprays all over him. Under the scorching sun, a man is driving a tractor trailer down a narrow road, dreaming of riding a horse instead. At the construction site, a sudden landslide occurs, causing a nearby man to panic and run as the earth collapses. A forklift driver is maneuvering down a slope when the forklift unexpectedly slips on the wet floor, creating a tense and suspenseful moment. A truck is raising its bed to dump dirt when suddenly, the bed flips over and crashes down, causing a loud noise and startling everyone around. A worker gets tied to a post by his colleagues as a prank, leaving him frustrated and annoyed when he realizes the situation. In the evening at a warehouse, a worker is lifting goods with a forklift when suddenly a series of boxes fall down. At the construction site, cement from the ceiling suddenly pours down like a waterfall, covering the stairs completely. A man stands behind, holding the hands of a heavyset man, using him as a human tamper, and the heavyset man stomps forcefully on the ground. Two men are using lawnmowers to cut through thick snow, creating a bizarre and humorous scene as they brave the freezing cold to do their daily tasks. In the afternoon, a man uses a long crane and sits on it in the middle of a lake to fish, showing a clear sense of relaxation and adventure on his face. An excavator is stuck in thick snow, and workers are struggling to rescue the vehicle in the harsh, freezing conditions. An employee is sitting on the baggage conveyor belt next to an airplane, looking relaxed and comfortable as he takes a break from his work. In the afternoon at the workshop, a man is sawing a plank when suddenly, his colleague clamps the saw with pliers. He changes position to continue sawing, only to be clamped again.
A worker cutting metal creates a shower of sparks, while his colleague behind him uses a bucket to catch the sparks. A worker using a long metal bar to loosen a wheel bolt suddenly has the bar spring back forcefully, sending it flying.
Yo, you okay, man? Yo. Look at that go, man.
A man is groaning, his leg trapped in a hole, with a clear expression of surprise and discomfort as he faces this unfortunate situation. A man sits with a swollen face after disturbing a beehive and getting stung by bees.
Rookie.
A tractor is pulling up its front, causing the cargo trailer to break and the wheels to fly off, frightening everyone nearby. The man repairing the car is using a wrench on a spring, causing it to snap dangerously across the room. The worker laying tiles loses his grip, breaking the tiles and causing a water pipe to burst, spraying water everywhere. The worker drops an air pump into a water tank, and when he starts it, water suddenly sprays all over his face, creating a surprising and funny scene. The dog sits upright with a bright smile, captured in an incredibly adorable moment. A girl opens the door and is shocked to see the bathroom ceiling collapse, causing the guy to fall to the floor. A crane is lifting a trailer truck, but the cable suddenly snaps, sending the truck plunging into the sea. The man is using a hammer to hit the staircase, causing it to collapse and making him stumble and fall. A car is being lowered when it suddenly plummets down, crashing into a forklift below. The nearby man quickly runs away while another stands watching. The man holding a long bar turns around when his co-worker calls, accidentally hitting and shattering a glass door. A construction machine stands helplessly as its tracks unexpectedly come off and roll down a hill, leaving both the machine and the operator bewildered. Two men are using a rope to pull a tree, but they can't control the force as the tree falls, its top crashing onto a nearby parked car. Three men are installing a glass door when it suddenly shatters, causing them to jump back in shock to avoid injury. A group is using a construction machine and ropes to pull up a car, but the machine loses control and crashes into the car. The man steps off the ladder, trips, and falls to the ground, creating a surprising and funny scene. A man sitting on a chair in the yard falls over when a large bag tips over, knocking his chair away. In the quiet morning on an empty field, a man is running full speed, chasing after a runaway tractor. An overloaded truck tilts to one side, spilling its cargo all over the road after colliding with an oncoming vehicle. The road markings on this street are done carelessly, causing difficulty for drivers and ruining the appearance of a beautiful road. Someone's prosthetic leg fell to the ground while on the Ferris wheel, creating a situation that was both humorous and surprising.
Thank you, Lena.
A woman swings on a rope but unexpectedly trips, flipping upside down and creating a dramatic and funny moment. A girl pulls her phone out of her pocket but unexpectedly drops it, causing it to fall into the kitchen.
Riley, be careful. It's super slippery out here because of the snow.
During a soccer match, a player unexpectedly trips and falls after colliding with another fallen player. People are running and using construction equipment to herd cows into the pen, creating a scene that is both funny and amusing. A worker on the construction site ties something under his armpits, creating a humorous and entertaining sight. A man falls into a water hole when the wall he was hammering on collapses, unfortunately. A man uses a construction machine to pull a tree, but the tree falls and crushes the fence, creating a sense of surprise and disappointment. A person in a blue shirt steps onto the construction site, splashes paint onto someone on the scaffolding, causing a misunderstanding with a person in a red shirt on the ground, leading to chaos. In a public building, a worker stands in one spot on an escalator, placing a cloth on the handrail to clean the dust, creating a sense of diligence and thoroughness. During the day, a man repairing a house uses his hips to hold a hammer, creating a humorous and creative scene. The hammer slipped out of his hand. Luckily, it didn't hit the face of the man in front, creating a feeling of horror and luck. A worker is still dancing joyfully after a hard day's work, creating a cheerful and humorous atmosphere. One morning, a powerful water explosion creates a large cloud of smoke and dust, causing a sense of horror and panic. A feeling of fear and anxiety arises when witnessing an accident involving a red car colliding with something. In a bakery, as a girl takes a cake out of the oven, she is startled by someone scaring her, causing the cake to fall to the ground, leaving her angry and disappointed. During road construction, a car is parked on the site, so the workers leave an empty space around the parked car. Please like, subscribe, and leave your comments on this situation. One person shovels sand into a wheelbarrow, while another person dumps sand right next to the pile, creating a feeling of wasted effort. An excavator operator was lifted high to destroy part of the building, creating a tense and dangerous atmosphere. The man sat helpless as the bees surrounded the construction equipment, creating a feeling of anxiety and confusion while working.
While lifting the bag of cement, the man was cut by a colleague, causing the cement to spill all over his body, creating a feeling of surprise and discomfort.
A man feels helpless as he realizes his assistance is of no use, creating a sense of frustration and helplessness. Two workers are so engrossed in their work that they don't notice their heads are stuck between two stair railings. A forklift driver attempts to lift bricks onto a truck, but unfortunately, the bricks fall and shatter. A tire gets punctured when it hits a large metal object, a situation that can be dangerous and requires immediate repair to ensure safety.
A man uses a hammer to hit rocks into a crusher, but on the second strike,
The hammer slips from his hand and flies into the crusher. A very dangerous situation.
A serious construction worker's mistake needs to be corrected to prevent the risk of collapse and ensure safety. A worker lies under a homemade fan, but using this fan is unsafe and life-threatening. On a warm, sunny afternoon, a diligent dog helps its owner by carrying planks out of the house, showing how smart and lovable the dog is. One morning in a forest, a worker finishes sawing a tree, only for the stump to unexpectedly spring back into its original position. In the afternoon on the grass, a girl wears a mask that looks like a dog, causing her pet to run around in fear. Thanks for watching these total work fails. If you want more hilarious content and early notifications, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Have a great day, everyone!